5,000 blackbirds once died mid-flight for no explainable reason.
It is improbable for birds to die while on the wing, but it has been known to happen, and when it does, they drop like stones. More often, birds hit a pocket of dead air, have their feathers get too wet to fly, or become too cold to continue on, and fall. However, in those cases, it's the impact that kills them. In one unusual case involving blackbirds in 2011, when they were examined, it was found that they died from blunt force trauma, but this was not caused by them hitting the ground. Instead, they had died in midair. There was no sign of poison. Their stomachs were mostly empty, and they had not run into a building or anything other large structure. While researchers are still not entirely sure what caused this damage, they currently believe that the birds were struck by lightning or high-altitude hail.
If you mess with a crow, it will remember you.
Where to even start with crows? These birds are amazing and creepy in just about every way. When one crow has wronged the group, the rest of the murder may hold court over the perpetrator. Crows have also been known to peck out human eyes because they are shiny. But perhaps most frightening is that crows are highly intelligent, hold a grudge, and are not afraid to let others know that you're a terrible person. Research has shown that crows recognize human faces and remember them, as well as what areas are associated with them. Thus, if you're mean to a crow, it will remember you and what you did. On top of that, it will tell other crows that you're a nasty person. Research shows that crows did not need reminders that an individual had wronged them, and that over time, other crows who associated with that crow would become violent or afraid towards the individual offender as well. This even happened with crows' offspring, meaning that crows can hold grudges for generations.
There's a bird that used to be melted down for fuel.
Oilbirds are strange but pretty adorable creatures, complete with smiley eyes and whiskers, but also with a pretty grisly history. These South American bat-like birds are technically called guacharo but nicknamed oilbirds because when they are young, the chubby little chicks are super plump with oily fat. Even as they grow up, the birds tend to stay on the large side. Historically, indigenous peoples in Venezuela would go each year into caves for something they called the oil harvest. They would use long poles to destroy the nests, getting down the injured and dead baby oilbirds. Then, the oily fat from the chicks was then used to flavor food and even fuel torches and fire. There were whole pots of rendered fat just from the mass killing of baby oilbirds.
Shrikes impale their prey with thorns.
If you were to see a shrike while out and about, you might think they look pretty cute. However, what you are really seeing is a vicious and sadistic little bird. The shrike, upon killing its prey, traditionally uses its curved beak to strike a death blow. But even then, the victim's torture is not at an end. After death, occasionally it even does this while the victim is still alive. Bird watchers may find small lizards and rodents stuck on barbed wire fences or trees while searching for any of the 30 species of shrike. But why does the shrike do this? For one thing, the bird has sensitive feet, so it cannot hold its prey and sit on a branch at the same time. So the shrike uses said spikes to hold food still for eating and storage. However, shrikes also do this because female shrikes are attracted to all those dead bodies. The more dead bodies a male has on his turf, the more likely he is to get a female. They may even decorate the bodies of their prey with ribbons and shiny objects.
More than 10% of bird species are endangered.
Perhaps one of the saddest frightening facts about birds is that they are a dwindling group of animals. In 2016, 13 bird species were declared extinct, and many are still headed in that direction. The IUCN has recognized 742 bird species in recent years, and at least 11% of those species have been found to be threatened or endangered. This has to do with illegal trade, unsustainable agriculture, and even destruction of habitat and invasive species edging them out. There are around 10,000 known species of birds in the world, and well over 1,000 of them are endangered or threatened. That's about 12%, and that number may continue to grow in coming years. So, even if you find a bird creepy or scary, remember that the world would be a much more scary place without them.
Cassowaries can kill people.
There is often a comparison drawn between birds and dinosaurs, and perhaps no creature embodies a modern-day dinosaur better than a cassowary. These Australian birds are brightly colored and have bony-looking heads in addition to massive clawed feet. In some cases, a cassowary's kit has broken bones, killed dogs, or just ripped into human flesh. But in 1926, the unthinkable happened. Philip and Granville McLean, a pair of teenage brothers, came across a cassowary and their dog attacked it. Granville was gravely injured, and as Philip tried to run away, he fell. The bird attacked him, severing an artery in his neck with its feet. The boy bled to death quickly. Luckily, cassowaries are unlikely to attack you unless you mess with them. Research has shown that the vast majority of attacks were caused because humans provoked the birds, tried to hurt them, or offered them food. In other words, leave them alone, and they won't kick-stab you in the neck.
The vampire finch survives on blood.
There are a few birds out there that are somewhat carnivorous, but few are as creepy as the vampire finch. These small birds live in the Galapagos and feed in large part on the blood of other animals, including threatened blue-footed boobies. They peck at other birds until they bleed, and then they drink the blood as it flows. Weirdly enough, the blue-footed boobies don't seem to mind much, though we're not sure why. Other similar finches prefer to pick parasites off of other animals for nutrients, but the vampire finch has evolved to pecking past just the skin. As an added creepy factor, it's also been shown that once a finch finds a victim they enjoy, they will actually return to the same animal multiple times to continue to feed. So, if a vampire finch decides you taste good, it'll be coming back for seconds.
The greater honeyguide is a born-killing machine.
The cuckoo is strange and diabolical enough in that it actually lays its eggs in another bird's nest so that its chick will be fed by the other mother bird, growing bigger and faster, while the other chicks in the nest slowly die. However, the greater honeyguide takes it a step further. Its chick is born in another bird's nest just like the cuckoo, but the honeyguide has a much shorter game plan in mind. These chicks are born with a specialized beak sporting spikes at the tip. When the baby honeyguide finds other babies in the nest, it goes about systematically and violently killing them with this specialized beak. It stabs, chews, shakes, and does not stop until the victim stops moving. It will kill all the other chicks in the nest within an hour. Later, the baby's hook simply falls off the beak its purpose served. In short, This baby bird is adapted perfectly to kill other chicks.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.